We're not journalists.
I'm Andrew Parks. I'm a professional sailor and sailmaker. I've sailed everything from the America's Cup through to dinghies, and I was also a yacht broker and new salesman for 25 years.
My name's Dan Jones. I also spent 20 years selling power and sailboats, and I've tested over 1,000 different boats over the last 30 years. We are not selling any of these boats. We don't have any affiliation with any of the brands or dealers, and we're not doing paid advertorials. These videos are just us sharing our experiences, so hopefully you can learn and help your boat life. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got two Andrews on board today, so we'll do Andy for Andy Withers and Andrew for Andrew Parks, and we also have the pleasure of owner James. Thank you for bringing your boat and allowing us to sail it today.
Absolutely, pleasure.
So this is the Grand Soleil 46 Long Cruise, LC for Long Cruise. And Andrew Parks at the helm, as is now become the norm. What are the conditions? We've got a bit of breeze today, Andrew.
Yeah, we've got a bit of breeze. It's a little bit overcast, which probably makes for some nice backdrops. It's a little cool compared to what we had last week.
Yep.
But I'm glad we haven't got our wet weather gear on, which is what I thought we were going to have. So
100%.
yeah, but perfect sailing conditions to really see what this boat feels like and how she performs.
So this is the, I guess you would say, the cruising version for Grand Soleil.
Yeah.
But on first glance, this does not look like some of the cruising boats that we've taken out last week. This has much more performance tilt to it. So what do we have in terms of the sails? These look like North sails, which is going to be, you're going to be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm always happy with North sails.
Given that you're a North sails guy. What do we have?
Okay, so these are North Sails 3DI, and this is our cruising range, which is called Ocean. And so we make this in various materials, depending on the application, all the way through from small cruising yachts up to super yachts. So it's quite a unique product, very, very durable, and we use a mixture of polyester and aramid and Dyneema, and we just mix that depending on the loads and the application. So these are nice. We've got an in-mast furling motor with 3 full battens and a leech batten, and that really gives us a nice roach profile where you get the ease of an in-mast furler but the performance of a more conventional sail. And then our jib is a self-tacker. Again, makes life very simple and easy. And
I note that we've got a beautiful, I believe this is a carbon fibre construction, essentially arch, which is supporting the main sheet.
Yeah. So the nice thing about that, it keeps the main sheet out of the cockpit, and it's a nice safety feature.
Very cool.
But by building the arch in carbon, you can actually make it a lot stronger. But the main thing is to keep it light, because any weight that you have high in the boat affects stability.
Yep.
And Grand Soleil are very keen to keep the performance and the safety of the boats as one of their key points. So it's a nice feature. It also has the Dodger integrated into it, which is nice.
Yeah.
And then we've also got a bimini here, and there's an insert that goes in between. So it's a nice, nice cruising setup.
Excellent. So, what's the wind angle? What speed are we doing, and how does it feel?
Okay, we're sailing at 90 true. I'm just going to double check our SOG here. Stand by.
And thanks for the warning on the drone. I appreciate that.
Okay. So we've got 7 knots speed over ground and about 14 knots of breeze. So reasonably respectable numbers. We're in a little lull here.
And how does she feel at the helm?
Pretty light. That's our center helm mark there. So really no helm.
Right.
And she feels pretty light. Pretty direct. Really good visibility from the helm. In fact, I'm going to film with my glasses.
Yep.
Take my hat off so they work. But you can see from the helm that we've got unlimited visibility. It really is nice and open. The windows in the Dodger provide really, really good vision.
Yep.
And with the small self-tacking jib, I can easily see behind the foot of the jib and the leech of the jib. So I've only probably got maybe a 7 to 10 degree window where I don't have full visibility.
Okay, excellent. I'm just trying to come behind you to show everyone another perspective. So that's great. If you're happy, why don't we come onto the wind and see how she feels to windward?
All right, well what I'll do is I'll get Andrew to trim the jib on.
Yep.
I'm going to trim the main on from here.
Okay.
That's how easy it is. So just coming up here, Andrew.
Because just reminding everyone, this boat is essentially a cruising boat, so it has been set up to sail largely single-handed. So in some respects, sailing it with a crew could add an element of difficulty. All right, I'm just coming around to leeward so you guys can get another angle there.
We're just skirting the jib here.
James is going forward to skirt the jib, yep.
Okay. Yeah, just a little bit more, Andy.
So we've got electric winches today.
Okay, so we're on the wind here.
Lovely.
Just going to get my instruments up.
You can really feel that loading up there. So let's let the boat power up, Andrew, and let's go through the numbers.
Okay, so are we at full trim there, Andrew?
Yep.
Okay. Well, our instruments are saying a 55-degree true wind angle, but I don't believe that. I think it's much closer. I think it's probably more like 37, 38.
Yep.
So, but our boat speed's good. We're doing 6.7, 6.8. We just got a little headbutt there. We're on pit water where the breeze is always quite shifty.
Yep.
And this breeze is near southeaster, so it's still feeling its way. So if we were doing a race now with tack, so let's just roll into attack.
Go for it.
Here we go. Just as we lift again. Welcome to pit water, everyone.
Yeah, we've had wind from the north and wind from the south.
Yep. So nice breeze coming out of the left here as we leave the tack. So, all right. Okay, so now I'm on the leeward side. I can see the jib. So Andrew, just give the jib a little ease on the sheet. I think. No, we'll just see some sheet. Yeah, maybe just bump it out a bit. We'll do it on the other side though, if you like. Yeah, a bit more ease. That's better. Okay, I think that's going to help the numbers.
All right, let's get the boat boogieing.
Yep.
And now the hull shape. You know, we were on a
tiny trim on now.
We were on a 46-foot German cruising boat last week, which is a lot wider than this thing. And I note that the vortices or the turbulence behind this hull compared to the Hansi 460 we were sailing last week is a lot less. It looks to me, as I'm flying the drone, this hull is way slipperier when you look at the turbulence behind the boat. Andrew?
Yeah, and I'll just turn the glasses on and have a quick look at that myself.
Yep.
So you can see here, yeah, there's a little bit of turbulence on the leeward quarter, but the weight's pretty clean. And you know, a lot of that is to do with just having a single rudder.
Yep.
I'm just going to pop up to the windward side.
Yep.
Just get the leech cord on the jib. Yeah, it's same thing, Dan. Really good visibility. We've got a fleet of small racing boats out here, a long way away.
Okay.
But I can see them all, and yeah, really nice visibility. Boat's very light on the helm. It's only got a single rudder, which really helps the boat's performance. But you know, you can see here she's got a nice angle of heel, slight increase in pressure coming here. We'll feel that in about 10 seconds. And here's the gust, and the boat's really easy. You know, she's really well balanced, and yeah, nice and responsive.
Looking good.
Another little gust coming here.
So start to feel her out. Give us some numbers when you get a chance.
Okay, now we might have had the jib just a little hard earlier. We popped a bit of sheet off, and now we're doing 7.5 knots, which is more in tune with what I'd expect with a boat of this style.
Yep.
For sure, the instruments need a bit of calibration.
Yep.
Because the true wind angles are way wider than they should be.
Got it.
But yeah, the boat feels nice. She's pointing well. Yeah, feels like a very well balanced yacht.
Fantastic. Okay, well, why don't we come off the breeze when you guys are comfortable, and let's go downwind and see how she feels. Maybe throw.
All right.
a
So
dive.
Andy's on the leeward side. I'm going to ease a bit of jib sheet.
Copy.
That's the beauty. The boat's well set up for short-handed sailing. There we go. put that in the... It'll be all right, we're going downwind.
Lovely. She's an attractive hull, this one. And
Yeah.
But it looks, compared to the other Grand Soleil we tested last week, like the cabin top is higher. We'll obviously discover this in more detail in the next video, guys, when we do our thorough tour throughout the boat. But she's carrying those lines very elegantly, and obviously having these hull windows, it's a completely, it's a very nice feel downstairs. And look at those.
Yeah, it feels really good on a reach.
Okay.
And what we intend to do, if the weather stays kind, is have a sail with a furling Gennaker as well, just to see what she's like in true downwind conditions.
Okay, so we, as you say, if the weather's kind, we're going to either cut from this scene to Gennaker, and you'll see that. And if the weather doesn't allow for it, we will get straight into the motoring numbers. Any final comments downwind? I've got plenty of battery, so no rush.
Look,
here, Andrew.
I just think it's a general feel. Everything's laid out really nicely. We've got our 2 powered winches on either side. Yep. So whoever's at the helm can actually trim. We've also got some winch controls up here on the console here, as well as our instruments and a compass on either side, which is nice because a lot of the boats we test have only got 1 compass because it's sort of the mandatory thing, whereas this boat's got 2. And we'll go through the deck later in our run through a bit later, but
sure.
My take on the whole thing is really nicely laid out cockpit. There's a good foot chock here for whoever's helming, so you feel really comfortable and solid. Great visibility. The ergonomics of the wheel placement are good. Everything's nice. It's really well thought out.
And from my stance, looking at it from aerial, it's bloody sexy. Every angle this boat carries its lines quite well, and I think that's important if you own a boat.
Yeah.
Like some boats just only look good from a few angles, but this is one you'd be really proud to take anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good. Okay, well let's furl up that jib, and then we'll bleed a bit of air, and I'll retrieve this drone, and let's see if we can get the Gennaker up. All right, Andrew.
All right.
We've got the Gennaker up. Talk to us about this sail, and then give us some numbers before we need to retrieve this drone.
Yeah, we've got the Helix Gennaker on.
Yep.
We're sailing at 129 true wind angle, speed of 8.1 knots. Boat feels really lively. The nice thing about this sail is we're on a reasonably tight reach. We're a bit hemmed in with the geography of Pittwater.
Yep.
But if we wanted to sail deeper, we'd simply ease the halyard.
Right.
And that makes it more of a running sail. But right now we're just sailing with the halyard firm, which is what you need when you unfurl and furl the sail. And if we get the opportunity, the bay dives away a little bit, we might be able to ease the halyard and just show you the deeper angle. We'll just see how we go with wind.
Yep. Sorry, so got someone on the VHF in the background there, guys.
Oh, I turned it off.
So
Andy, have we got the Gennaker halyard on? Have we got a free winch with the Gennaker halyard?
Yep.
Right, let's just give ourselves a bit of sea room here.
Yep.
How's your battery looking, Dan?
Yeah, I'm good, 84%. This is always the challenge of sailing on Pittwater, guys. We get wind from every direction, and
all right, we'll get a really quick shot at this. So, Andy, what we're going to do is I'm going to bear away, and we're going to ease the halyard and ease the sheet.
Yep.
And we're just going to get maybe a 40-second shot of this, Dan.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so...
And then let's just bring everyone along with the numbers. And if you get a chance, film it with your glasses.
Yeah, okay, I'll give that a go. No, we're just heading now. How's your battery looking?
82%.
Okay, let's just trim on a little bit there, Joe. It's going to come up a bit. If we get a little opportunity, that's pretty tight, that's good. So we're now at 115 apparent, we're pretty tight there. That's sort of the limit in this much breeze.
Yep.
All right, so this is going to be a pretty quick transition. You're going to be okay with that?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
We're going to bear away and ease the halyard and ease the tackle and ease the sheet. Get a bit of a shot of us running a bit deeper.
Yeah. Right.
So you're just going to have your your furling on ready. Okay, you ready? We're going to bear away. So, easing halyard, Andy.
Yep.
So we're showing how deep this sail can
Yeah,
go.
so yeah, big ease on the halyard, maybe a metre. Ease the sheet, big ease.
These.
1 metre ease on the halyard here.
Okay, maybe
Easing
no
the
more
sheet.
ease than that.
But good.
And look at this, that sail change shape there.
It's not really working here. Hang on.
Yes. Just folding in on itself.
Just here we go. Here we go.
So what angles are we?
Ease with the sheet. No, it's just too light.
Too light. Okay,
Just
we're
go up a
losing
bit
the
on the
light.
halyard, Andy. Okay, this isn't working. Let's just go tight on the halyard again.
Yep.
Back to our normal tension. Oh, hang on, hold. Yeah, it's a bit of breeze. We're just in very light air. So you can see now this. It's more like a Gennaker
Yep.
than a Kozero, a little trim on. That's it. Hold that. Yeah, it's very light air here. Okay, Andy, let's tension the halyard back up so we can furl the sail. So then all we do is we retension the halyard
Yep.
so we can get the torque line tight enough to furl the sail up. Bit tighter.
So if you want to run a bit deeper, you just ease halyard, ease sheet, and the sail will allow you to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately the breeze is just a little bit light for that today. So
Okay.
now we're going to furl the sail up again. So Andy's got we always furl in the same direction with these sails. It's
Yep.
really important.
So we'll put it around the fast wind shear.
I think just
I'll come to leeward of you there and get a little shot of that
yep. So
as
just,
she furls.
just
So the
coming
furling
away.
line always coming back on the same direction, and
Yep.
then we have to start easing tension on the sheet, I believe,
Yep,
to
so
allow the
just-
drum.
And I bear
Just
away,
wait
so
till it all starts furling.
yeah, start easing the sheet now, otherwise it won't
No.
furl. I don't think we're tight enough on the halyard.
Yeah, I can see it furling.
Yeah, that's better.
I'll come in closer there so
I
you
think
guys
you
can
almost
see
need the
that.
handful. Oh, it's happening, but we're
That's going in.
get more ease on the sheet. Keep easing as we go. Here we go. She's going. Yeah. Just keep a little bit of tension on. You can almost hold it by hand in this stuff.
You can, yeah.
Yeah. But even though it's slower, it's actually a much better furl.
Yeah, it looks nice and
Yeah.
tidy.
Okay.
All right. So
Beautiful.
I can get this drone in.
Yep.
Okay, that's it for the sail, ladies and gents. Andrew, thanks again.
My pleasure, Dan. It was good fun.
That was good fun. So you've had a few hours on the boat now. What is your assessment on the sailing, performance and handling of this LC 46LC, and who or what type of sailor is going to get the most benefit out of this boat?
Yeah, Dan, the boat sailed really nicely. It's got a good rig.
Yep.
It's got a nice deck layout. It's got some nice sails, and all in all, it's a very easy package to use.
Mm-hmm.
The in-mast furling makes it easy. The self-tacking jib makes it really easy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, those things make life easy for the owner and whoever they're sailing with. Mind you, the owner of this boat sails on his own quite a lot.
Yeah.
So that's all really good. In terms of sailing performance, the boat felt really nice going on all points of sail, but particularly upwind.
Right.
All boats will reach.
Yep.
That's just a given. That's not really a true sign of performance. But going upwind is where you really get a feel for how the boat performs.
Yep.
And the boat felt light on the helm. It's got a really nice helming position, good visibilities, nice foot chock, so you're really locked in and safe when you're steering. But yeah, the helm was light. The boat felt lively. It's got a It's got an L-shaped keel, cast iron fin with a lead bulb, so it's got high stability. And yeah, boat sails really well. And we've sailed boats with 1 rudder, 2 rudders.
Yep.
None with 3 yet, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes boats with 1 rudder tend to let go when they heel too much.
Yep.
The GS 46LS had no signs of that at all.
Okay, that's
LR.
good. And the, I guess the tank placement, centre, down and low in this boat is going to be maybe a bit of a point of difference. Obviously the construction is super high quality on this, but someone who is looking for a cruising boat that goes good, is that one of the things we can point to on top of the whole design and the sails?
Yeah, and I think that the big thing about it is people often just look at all the shiny gel coat and the lovely timber.
Yep.
It's a sailing yacht, and if you want to do some good sailing, some safe sailing, you don't necessarily have to go around the world.
But you do need to go to windward.
Yeah, but all that weight down low just makes the boat behave better. It's it doesn't pitch as much, it doesn't heel as much. All that weight low keeps the boat centered, and it really makes the boat sail a lot better.
Yeah.
And so, yep, it takes a lot more work to put the tankage under the floors and the batteries above the waterline but under the floors.
Yep.
But that's what you pay extra for.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Great, guys. I hope that was useful. So if you like how this boat sails, if you like how it looks, we're about to do another video and we're going to go right through the whole features and the layout of the boat. Andrew's going to be leading the charge on that. So click on the screen or the link that pops up on the screen any minute now, because that's the next video. And if you're looking to buy one of these, or if you want to compare a boat just like this, Menect is the app. Andrew's the professional. He's the guy who's done the America's Cups, not me. And so contact him on Menect. Link is down below in the description. See you in the next video. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.